Hey y'all, it is Celine and I'm a little wild and woolly today. I've been working in the garden and doing all the things, and I am going to do something just a little bit different for you today. I'm going to be cleaning out my Harvest Right freeze dryer vacuum pump. I'm going to take it apart and clean it. And I thought, that's different. Maybe I should record it and show you how easy it is. So hang with me on this one. It should be interesting. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is, this is a 5/32 thingamabob. I have no idea what this tip is called, but I will find out and I will put it either in the I'll put it across the screen. Anyway, you also can use a cotter key, and I'll tell you what size that is. I have that somewhere. I'll let you know. But anyway, this is what I've got. And I want to take all 4 screws around this casing off and to be able to get to the inside of this and clean it out. So I've got that one loose already. I already had it started when I thought, oh, I should probably take you along. That one's loose. This is a crappy tool here, but it's what I've got, so I'm using it. Alright. Yeah, hang with this old granny homesteader. You'll learn all kinds of stuff, won't you? So anyway, my Harvest Right freeze dryer, I'll tell you, guys, I gotta be honest, I love my Harvest Right freeze dryer. I really do love it. And if I had to do it all over again, I would buy another one. But I will say that if you do, you either need to be handy or you need to know someone who's handy. You need to be prepared to do your own service on the thing, because they don't service their machines. They have tech support, which will walk you through things and send you the parts and all that stuff, but they're not going to service it for you. So once you get it home, you're on your own. Again, they do have a customer service department that will help you and guide you through, but it's a little frustrating that they don't have an actual, that they don't have like contracts with people that can do this sort of thing. But maybe in the future that's coming. So anyway, there have been a few times I've had glitches and issues with my machine, and yet I know a couple of other people who bought their machines exactly the same time I did, and they maybe haven't used them as much as I did, but they're well used, and they have had absolutely no issues. I know when you go on the Facebook sites, you see a lot of complaints, but you know what? Anytime you go on Facebook or any forums or things like that where it's for support, you hear all the Karens. You don't hear, oh, this is wonderful, this is fantastic. You hear the issues, because that's what a support group is for. I mean, if it was all flowers and roses, you wouldn't need a support group, right? Okay, yeah, this sucker is dirty. Can you see all that gross stuff in there? Woo! Yuck! That's just gross. Gross, gross, gross. Yeah, okay. Oop, I just spilled it on my foot. Yuck. Mostly it was water, a little bit of water. So I've got to clean that up. This is all gnarly and kind of rusted. And I'm not going to do like a major clean on this one, but I am going to get as much of this gunk off as I possibly can. See? This is from the oil, and it gets really grody and needs to be changed pretty often. Of course, that depends on the pump. This is the standard cheapest pump that you can get with Harvest Right. And the other one is, I don't know, it's like $1,700 more or something. And I just didn't feel like it wasn't worth it to me. Because the machine already was like $3,500. And that came with a pump. I didn't see a reason to spend that much more on a pump that just required, like this one, about every fourth run I have to change the oil, and there's nothing to it. All I do is unscrew this little thing here, and on the front, this is the front, well, it's upside down, but this little thing turns. I don't want to, yeah, this turns, and then the oil, as you can see, runs out of that. Yeah, that's the sludge I'm dealing with. The oil is like see-through, so it shouldn't be like that. But anyway, when you drain it, it doesn't all drain out, and eventually you get that buildup that you need to clean out. So that's what we're doing, because my freeze dryer has quit the vacuum. There's no vacuum, and that's how things are freeze dried, is through the vacuum process. It freezes your food, and then it pulls all the moisture out of it, and that's how you end up with freeze-dried food. So I figured it was dirty, and it probably needed a little bit of cleaning, and so that's what we're doing. So this is gross. I'm going to put you on hold, go over to the trash can, get as much of this wiped out as I can and cleaned out, and then I'll be back. Okay, so I have scraped all the gunk out, and it's still really nasty, so I am just going into it with this Power Wash Platinum from Dawn. I don't know whether I'm supposed to do this or not, but we'll find out. So anyway, I'm going to let that sit for a couple minutes, and then I'll wash it out. Okay, so here we are. Got her all cleaned out. Now I couldn't get the glasses clean, but there's still like a line where the dirty oil sat. And so I could not get in there to get this thing, the back of this, to this glass does not come off. So I couldn't get in there, but the glass itself is clean. Let's see if you can see through it. Yes, you can see with the light going through it. But anyway, so I'm gonna, and I wiped this off pretty good. There's not really much more I can do to that. So I'm just gonna put this baby back on. Gotta line everything up just so. I never thought a few years ago that I would ever be doing anything like this. But you know what? You do what you gotta do when you gotta do it. It's not, seriously, not that big a deal. I mean, I love my freeze dryer. I spent a lot of money on it. I have a big harvest coming in, and so I have to make sure that my freeze dryer is working. Yes, I could can everything and freeze everything, but honestly, I'm out of room. I don't really have the room in my freezer. I have 2 freezers, and they're both pretty full. And I'm trying to at least clean one whole shelf out. I'm having trouble getting that one started. Let's try to get this other one. But I'm trying to get one full shelf cleaned out in one of my freezers out in the garage, so that I can bag up tomatoes and greens and things like that. And because with my tomatoes, I love to freeze my tomatoes before I process them, because mostly I just make sauce. I don't do that with diced tomatoes, but when I'm making sauce, I generally do, let's see, freeze them first. And whenever you thaw them, oh shoot, I guess I got to put the tip on first, don't I? Durr. Whenever you thaw them, all the water comes out, and the my fingers are, or my hands are all oily, so I'm not hanging on to this very good. But anyway, what I was saying was, if you will, and I'll show you that, I'm sure I have, probably have, maybe not, maybe not in another video. I made sauce, and I don't know that I ever actually got the video up. I'll have to check the footage on that. But if you freeze your tomatoes first, I just core them and throw them in literally a Walmart bag and pop them in the freezer. And then I bring them out, dump them in a big tub or basin or bowl, whatever, and let them thaw overnight in the sink or by the sink, depending upon the size of the dish I put them in. And in the morning, all the water has thawed out of them, and the skins literally just slip right off, just like that. And if you have cored them, especially. They still do, but if you core them really well. And all the water's out of them, and so pretty much you don't have to cook them down for hours and hours and hours to get that nice thick sauce. I mean, used to be I'd have to cook that sauce for 24, 36 hours in my big old roaster in order to make sure that, oops, uh-oh, Biscottios. I got this thing in cockeyed now. Let's see if I can get it out. There we go. All right. But anyway, yeah, I mean, it's so easy to make sauce if you freeze your tomatoes first. Much less work. So, oops, got it backwards. I said I was doing it. I didn't say I was good at it. Right here. And now I have to put oil in it. Got to make sure this is closed. This valve is closed. When it's open, the oil comes out and it comes down into whatever you put under it to catch it. And I just need to fill it with oil. This line, there's a line right across here. And that's the level I want my oil. I only want it halfway across the glass here, even with these lines. So here we go. And I'm just going to give it a minute. It takes a little bit to start, but once that oil appears in that window, you have to be really careful because it overfills quickly. And I just overfilled it slightly. Nope, it's perfect. Perfect, perfect. See, the oil is right there at the line, right halfway. So that's perfect. Nope, that's it, guys. That's how you clean out the tank or clean out the pump. And that's, which most people never have to do, but since mine was acting up, I thought I would troubleshoot that first. And it was gunky and a mess, so maybe that was the case. And now we'll hope. I'm going to run a test on it, and that's very simple to do as well. All I have to do, sorry, I'm going to try to get you to see that, is push that little leaf, and all of the functions are there for testing. I don't think you're seeing this. Here's the vacuum. And there we go. So I won't know for several minutes if that worked or not. So, but anyway, that's how you clean one out, and that's how you change the oil. So, guys, thanks for watching. Give me a like and subscribe. Talk to you soon. God bless you. Mwah!